What is going on, everyone? We are back with another review. This episode, we are reviewing the first episode of Welcome to Camp Nightmare from Goosebumps. It's episode 5. I can't believe we're already this far, guys. We're already this far into Goosebumps. We're on episode 5. And I believe season 1, if I look, is only 19 episodes long. So we're like a fourth of the way through. Four more times of going. I'm just saying. Anyways, super excited to talk about this. So this was directed by Ron Oliver. It was written by Jeffrey Cohen. Ron Oliver is a name that is going to pop up quite a bit throughout all of this. Him and John Bell and William Fruit. There's just several directors that, at least for the first season, move in and out, and I actually really like that, because what that tells you is they were able to record multiple episodes, probably around at the same time, of different stories. So like you have this director over here directing this director over here directing this, and that gives you more to work, like an ability to create more with good quality. And I do think Goosebumps is a very good quality show. With that being said, this is the first episode of Welcome to Camp Nightmare. And just to give you, also, before we get too far, just a reminder, if you're on YouTube watching this, if you sign up to the Patreon, you get, the paid tier gets all reactions, or all watch-alongs a week early. And if you're a part of the free tier, you at least get the reviews a week early. Paid people also get rankings, the actual tier rankings, a week early. Anyways, so yeah, super excited about this. Just to give you guys a quick rundown of Welcome to Camp Nightmare, episode 1. Everyone arrives to the camp. We get a group of teenagers who are your typical group of teenagers that show up at a camp, right? And you learn very quickly that the camp counselor, the main guy, is very hokey to the point of almost nausea. And then his that's the camp leader, his personal camp counselor for their specific bunk. After they split the girls and boys into two different camps, and you don't hear too much from the girls until later. They're kind of their own thing, and they separate everyone. The boys' counselor is Larry, and he is honestly the poster child for just terrible camp counselors. He's designed that way. He's designed to make you hate him. He's very sketchy. Honestly, everything about this camp is very sketchy. So on the very first day, they get into the bunks. One of the kids is bitten by a snake. And the main character, Billy, thinks quick. They get the snake wrapped up in a sheet, and they throw it out a window. Later on, they're singing the camp song around the campfire, and Billy goes to check on his buddy. The main owner of the camp is not happy about it. He comes over and asks why he's talking during the camp song instead of singing along with everyone. And then once Billy explains to him that he's checking on his friend because he got bit by a snake, the main head guy honors him for that. And he's like, look, he's checking on his friend, and that's a very important thing to do. He inspects the kid's arm, tells the kid it's probably going to be okay in the morning, and then they all go to bed. They wake up the next morning, and the kid is gone. All his stuff is gone. His bed is completely packed up like no one's ever laid there. And if I remember correctly, and I'm pretty sure I do, during the second episode, everyone starts to forget that he was even there, as well as everyone else that starts to disappear. So that becomes a part of the story. So then, after that, they have a moment of contention between Billy and Larry in the mess hall where everyone's eating. After eating, they all go to play a game of baseball. And during this game of baseball, another one of the kids who was called safe on a base. To Larry's dismay, gets pegged in the back of the head with a baseball by Larry. Again, if you've seen this episode, I would love to go back, and I'm not going to, but I would love to go back and look for signs. Because, so this kid gets hit in the back of the head and is momentarily knocked out. Later on, they are told, well, afterwards, after the game's over, they are told that everyone is going to go, their bunk is going to be sleeping out under the stars that night. So they're out there, and a couple of the kids decide they're going to go check out the forbidden bunk. So Billy decides to stay with the kid that took the baseball to the back of the head. Well, you hear a loud growl shortly after. One of the kids comes back out of the two that left to go see the forbidden bunk, and he's panicking. He's saying, the guy that went with me, I can't remember what his name is, got ripped to shreds. I barely made it out alive. We need to go. And he's like, I'm not going to leave this dude behind. And he's like, yo, come on. We got to get back to the bunk. He's like, no, I'm not leaving him. So the two of them work together to carry the kid all the way back to the bunk. Once they get back to the bunk, the kid scoots him, that's wrapped up inside the thing that took the baseball to the back of the head, scoots underneath one of the beds. And the other two kids hide behind a bed as the door opens, and we get it to be continued. Now, I am pretty sure, and I mean this, pretty sure, that on the other side of all this, it's Larry that walks in. It's not the actual Saber that the kids think that it is. So this is a really good setup, and they've already basically eliminated 2.5 of the 5 kids that are there, because you've got Billy, and then you've got 4 other boys, right? So you've got 4 boys and Billy, and we've already eliminated 1 boy by snakebite. We've eliminated 1 kid who was ripped to shreds, and then another kid who is now, I say half, who's taken a baseball to the back of the head and is kind of out of it. And then you got 1 kid that's with Billy. Now, obviously, the girls will be involved a little bit more in the coming episode. And like I said, I just watched all this within the last these 2 episodes, and then I think after these 2 episodes, the next episode after that's Phantom of the Auditorium. We've watched that one, and then several more episodes down the line, we run across It Came From Beneath the Sink, or whatever I think that episode is called. And actually, I could tell you exactly what that episode is called. It's episode 14. Yeah, It Came From Beneath the Sink. I actually called it perfectly. But yeah, so this is based off of, I went too far back up, Goosebumps number 9, which is called Welcome to Camp Nightmare. But yeah, so again, it's a good story. I'm curious. Stay Out of the Basement is Goosebumps number 2. What was Goosebumps number 1? Because I'm curious as to why they didn't ever... Oh, right there. Welcome to Dead House. Oh, that's like a season 2 one. I'm surprised they waited that long to get to that. Anyways, I do enjoy this episode. I'm going to stop giving ratings. The ratings are stupid. I will, at the end of a season or the end of a movie, I will rank all of my favorite stories from least to best. And I will include individual episodes of... Maybe. We might combine them into one episode, because it is really just one story being told in between 2 episodes. So, we'll see. We'll see. I may even, once we hit season 2, start combining part 1s and 2s into one viewing thing. That might be something that we do. Because we are supposed to be invested, reviewing this on a just story basis, right? So I feel like that's something we can do in the future. Like I said, we'll probably wait till season 2 to do that, since we've already started and we're this far into it for season 1. And that'll also shorten up some of these seasons a bit too, because that would have been... Yeah, we'd already be on Return of the Mummy by now if I'd have done that. So, from the beginning. Anyways, guys, had a lot of fun with this. The next tomorrow will be another episode from Patient 7. And then the day after, we will be wrapping up Welcome to Camp Nightmare. With that being said, love you guys, and we'll see you next time. Peace.